This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Previously on TV Tuners.
Whoa, Swanson, you better back off, or that gang's gonna get ya.
Blood gang! Blood gang! Blood gang!
Whoa, the sun's way too close to me.
I have the receipt. I want my money back now.
My calculations show the sun will approach the Earth in 5 days.
There are far too many ghosts in this house.
And now, TV Tuners continues.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive into the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson, and with me, as always, is my co-host and racist and corrupt FBI agent, Stairmaster.
I knew you were going to say that, but I was hoping for armed car robber.
Huh, well, this is what you get, pal.
Yeah, but they're probably racist, too. I mean, they seem to have a black guy in their gang.
Is that inherently racist?
Yes.
Oh, alright. And, armed car robber, Keo.
Oh, fuck you.
Hello.
Hey there, Keo. I know this is just a joke and you wouldn't actually be robbing an armed vehicle or anything like that.
Yeah, obviously, Swanson. What kind of person do you think I am?
Right.
I am a law-abiding citizen.
Of course, you wouldn't be doing any sort of crimes.
Yeah, Swanson. Not any crimes at all, and definitely not any I would talk about in front of you, who I don't trust.
Yeah,
I don't know why you don't
makes
trust
an
me.
honest living working at the back of this bar all day.
Yeah,
Doing something.
I don't know why you don't trust me. I mean, we've been friends for years now.
Yes.
I mean, you're always wanting to know what's in the crates. You want to know why I'm moving the crates from here to there. You want to know
Well, yeah,
all
it's
about
our
these
recording
crates.
space.
And what I'm going to say is, it's none of your business.
All right,
Obviously,
okay.
we're moving them to make the recording better. Dumbass.
But you move them constantly.
Or constantly
It's
recording. What do you think?
It's acoustics.
Just
Dynamic acoustics, Swanson.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
We're going to need a budget in a new forklift.
trust us. Keo took a summer course on audio engineering at the community college.
Guys, we've been over this. We don't really have a budget.
Well, we got some couch change, if you know what we mean.
I don't. We don't have couches either.
You know what
remember
I mean.
when we tried to branch off into that other business with the black couch?
What?
You know. The Dominican Republic couch.
All right. Well,
Right, Keo? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
why are you guys winking?
That's an inside joke.
Oh, well, no one can see you
So
winking on the
businessmen-
podcast.
Oh.
That's what businessmen do, Swanson.
Do you want me to do some Foley work for the winking?
Please don't. Oh, there he goes. In a little known fact, Stairmaster's big dream was to be a Foley artist.
Yeah.
Until he got that.
For like LucasArts or something. Lucasfilms.
Yeah, until he got that arrow to the knee.
What? Sure, why not? And it sounded like this. Spoink! Ah!
Sure did.
So,
pal.
in conclusion, Swanson, do not worry about the crates. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah,
I
don't
guess I
even
won't.
look inside the crates.
I guess I won't
That
do
would
any
be
of that
hazardous
stuff.
to your health.
It would be hazardous to my health. What's in
Yes,
the
you
crate?
might-
What would be in the
you
crates
might-
that's hazardous?
Nothing. You might break your bone, though. Or 2. Or 4.
Opening the crate? I mean, I've opened crates before.
No, these lids are very heavy. Don't touch them.
All right, if you say so, pal. Anyway, you guys watch anything interesting this week?
I watched The Drunken Master, starring Jackie Chan.
Was he drunk?
Yes!
How drunk?
Very. He was just like wobbling all over the place.
Oh, that's pretty drunk.
Pretending he was a pretty lady.
Oh.
But get this, that's how he fought.
Wait, he fought by pretending to be a pretty lady?
No, he fought by getting drunk and pretending to be a pretty lady. And also a flute player at one point.
So what's pretending to be a pretty lady thing have to do with the fighting?
Well, that's one of them.
Very distracting.
That's one of the katas. There's like the 8 drunken gods, and one of them's a pretty lady who's showing herself off, and that's how you do all like the sick parries and whatnot.
Huh. Alright.
Anyways, it was great. It's basically like the foundation for all Dragon Ball, to be honest. Like you can see Akira Toriyama's influences bright and clear.
Well, I haven't had a whole lot of time for watching this past week because I've been away, but I did manage to watch a movie.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Stealing my gimmick, huh? You
yeah, apparently.
Rampage bastard.
It was The Nice Guys, starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling as nice guys, quote unquote. It's a detective movie directed by Shane Black. It was pretty good.
Oh, so they're not nice people, but
No.
they're nice guys.
Sure, yeah. It was pretty good.
Is that a contradiction?
They're a Mr. Nice Guy, you're saying.
Ooh.
And at the end of the movie, there's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Anyway, yeah, it was good stuff. Ryan Gosling is a gift that keeps on giving.
I like there to be at least one nice guy at the end of my movies. At least one left.
Oh, that's why you should watch Drunken Master. There's at least 2 nice guys in that movie.
So you dislike any...
At the end?
You dislike any movie that has no nice guys in it?
I mean, if there's no nice guy by the end, I'm pretty much checked out.
Yeah, remember when we were watching Heat with Keo and he just kept talking about how rude Al Pacino was?
Yeah. Or when he watched No Country for Old Men, he was like, oh boy.
Oh no!
I guess there is technically a nice guy left at the end of that movie.
Yeah, but he's kind of sad.
We were watching There Will Be Blood, and he was like, there's no nice guys at all.
Dreadful. Just absolutely dreadful.
Anyway, let's move on to the news, huh?
Instead of the old that we saw.
Yeah, this is new stuff. So, a couple weeks ago, we watched the Amazon Prime show Good Omens. And
Omens?
Yeah, sure. If you want to shorten a name by like 2 syllables. Actually, I think it's just 1 syllable.
Yeah, that's 1 syllable.
Yeah, it's not even shortening the name, really.
Gemens!
Okay, that's better. Anyway, and we were fairly positive on it, but there was one group who was not. The American Society for the Defense of Tradition, Family, and Property have issued a petition against Good Omens.
Hold on, one of those things listed is not like the other.
Well, which one is it, pal? Well, I don't see the problem
Tradition,
here.
family, and property.
Yeah, what? Those things don't go together?
Well, under capitalism it does, I guess.
It's like a great peanut butter, jelly, and fish sandwich.
Ooh.
Just a great taste.
I didn't know you guys had tried that.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Fish is an excellent substitute for bread.
Yep. Yeah, you
As
just
long as you have a good grip.
You just slather some peanut butter and jelly on 2 pieces of fish. There you go.
What?
You don't need pieces of fish. You just need 2 fish.
Yes.
You can eat around the bones. It's fine.
Or you can just eat a boneless fish.
Yeah.
Like a
Genetically
jellyfish.
engineered boneless.
Oh, a jellyfish is pretty much a fish with jelly in it already. It's perfect. All you need is peanut
Just
butter.
have peanut butter.
If only there was a butterfish.
Ooh, or peanut fish. Anyway, the petition claims that it asked Netflix to cancel Neil Gaiman's Good Omens on the grounds of its religious impropriety.
Okay.
Sorry, impropriety.
Okay, this. Gary, you want to point out the first problem with this?
No, I'll let you.
It's not a Netflix show, for one thing.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah, this is a petition that is apparently written up by people who don't know the difference between streaming services.
What a blessed life they must live.
Yeah.
Hello, get me on the phone with Mr. Netflix.
Mr. Flicks. Nathaniel Flicks.
Now, the second problem with this is that Good Omens is a miniseries.
Yes.
That has already been released in one big bundle, so it
The
cannot
third-
be canceled.
I do not want a second season.
No,
of
they mean
Gomez.
hashtag canceled. They want Netflix to tweet it out.
If they don't know the difference between Amazon Prime and Netflix, they definitely don't know the difference between they don't know what hashtag canceled is.
I don't know, maybe there's like a child or like one of them has like a daughter they bring to church that doesn't really want to be there and they bring it up.
They're like, oh, we watched
Sort
the
of like
show Good
Cardinal
Omens.
Cult.
And they're like, what's this show, Good Omens? Let me look it up. It's bad.
No, I meant
So are these people in this like whatever group are their brains just fried?
Yeah.
No,
The reason this is
Because
happening is because it's a show that has angels and demons doing stuff, which is
Yeah, I mean, so their immediate response to seeing that just I don't know, get Netflix on the phone. We got to get this canceled.
also, I don't think Neil Gaiman has the authority to cancel it anyways, if it were cancelable.
yes. Also, I assume part of the anger has to deal with, God being a lady.
Adam and Eve being black probably makes them more mad than that.
Well, God being a lady's in every episode, so.
I'm pretty sure God being a lady makes them really mad because Christians today will go out of their way to talk about that now.
God's clearly a dude. I mean, come on.
I just thought
Like,
I thought the narrator was supposed to be androgynous.
Narrator's definitely a woman as far as I can tell.
I mean, the narrator's as much of a woman as God is a man in the Bible, so. Considering that we don't have any defining features other than voice.
Besides that one scene where he wrestled Jacob and then his dick accidentally flopped out and touched his thigh.
It wasn't God,
God,
though. It was an
Jacob.
angel.
That's just revisionism.
Isn't God specifically referred to as a father and all that, though?
I mean, I guess, but that's just because we live in a male-dominated society.
You can call a lady daddy. I'm sure people have that sort of relationship somewhere.
Call her daddy. Use the hashtag call her daddy if you agree that God can be anything.
Okay, you can call them daddy, but would you call them father?
Yes.
That's an extremely gendered term.
That's if we're getting real freaky, I'm calling them father. Call her father. Hashtag. Anyway, as of yet, nothing has happened. But at least now this is the new dumbest petition. Sorry, guys, trying to remake Game of Thrones.
Look forward.
Something's going to happen out of this. There's going to be a new Christian wave.
I can't wait
washing
next week
over.
for the Marxist-Leninist Party to also denounce Good Omens for being revisionist.
Yeah, I hope these people remake Good Omens with their own show where God is like just there and being like, "Don't work together. There's no Antichrist."
A demon would never do a decent thing. No way.
All right. Well, while that news sits in our stomachs, let us ponder another morsel. Sony and Square Enix are teaming up
Ooh.
for a Final
Peter Man?
Fantasy TV series.
Oh! Great, I can't wait for this animated Final Fantasy TV series.
No, Kyorain. This is live action. You know, that game that's populated by strange creatures and ridiculous hairstyles and outfits? Yeah, this is live action now.
Why do they want to do this?
Money, I assume?
Keanu Reeves has been confirmed.
Oh, I would watch that in a heartbeat. So the other bombshell from this announcement is that it won't be just one specific game that's being adapted, but instead the entire 30-year-old franchise. All characters are on the table.
Oh, man. I want to see Gilgamesh fight Sephiroth.
What, is this like a Dissidia type situation where they just mismatch them?
Why don't they make a Dissidia show?
I mean,
Besides
they
the
could.
fact no one's played Dissidia.
Yeah, I mean, they could. It's just that's what this would be, I guess. But there's no official details other than that the word on the street is that the original story is set in the fantastic world of Erozia, which is the setting.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, that's because it's the setting of Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, no.
The second MMORPG Final Fantasy game, and the one that no one liked. Actually, I think people play it, but
I think that's the one everyone loves. You're thinking of like Final Fantasy 11.
Well, what happened with 14 was first it sucked, and then they fixed it, and now everyone loves
That's
it.
the part I remember, is when it sucked.
Do the characters in the series actually appear in the MMO?
I think it's like a Phantasy Star Online situation where you can put on costumes.
I think,
on holidays.
as far as this adaptation is concerned, Erozia will be the hub for a blend of new familiar faces from across the franchise's long history.
Including Red Mage.
Oh boy, I can't wait for Red Mage and Black Mage to team up.
I can't wait for butts.
Oh. Is that your player character, or is there someone actually named that?
It's Final Fantasy V's bastardization and via translation of the main character, Bartz.
What such beautiful lore there is for them to delve into.
How long do you think it will take for this series for someone to call someone a spoony bard?
Episode 1.
It opens with that. Anyway, we don't have any names for characters so far, except for one, which tells us that Sid will be making an appearance.
What a shock.
Who would you cast to play Sid?
Well, it depends on what Sid we're talking about, because there's a Sid in every Final Fantasy game.
Oh, dear.
And they do not clarify.
Wow.
That's like the least... They're messing with us at this point, announcing that.
They put in, like, the Sid from, like, Final Fantasy X or something. Like, the one who's just, like, some old dude.
Oh, do you think they're going to have to fight Sin? That's going to be, like, the series finale?
That would be interesting. I don't think you can put that in a budget.
It's just a big CGI orb in the
Sin,
sky. That's what they'll do.
Sin is not an orb, though.
Yeah, Sin is, like, huge and ginormous.
And it's like an eldritch monstrosity,
Well, it'll
too.
be a very big orb.
Oh.
So they just turned Sin into Ozma from Final Fantasy IX, where he's just a swirly color ball.
Yeah. Because nobody played Final Fantasy IX besides you.
Rude and untrue.
And Swanson.
Yeah, this sounds like it's going to be a mess. I have very low expectations for this.
Especially considering the other adaptations of Final Fantasy games, or other attempts at making Final Fantasy movies and TV shows.
Did either of you guys see, like, that one movie, like, it was like Final Fantasy Myths Awaken or something?
The
No.
Spirits Awaken?
Spirits Awaken, yeah, that's
I watched
it.
that in a theater.
Oh, God.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so
I was
sorry.
100% confused by that. 100%.
I was confused by it, and admittedly I was like 8 or 9, but also my uncle who took me to see the film, who was a 30-year-old at that point, was also deeply confused.
Of course.
And
As far as I know, that movie had nothing to do with the Final Fantasy series at all.
it had nothing. There was, like, I think crystals were mentioned.
Ah, yes.
Which
Were
I
there
guess
chocobos?
no, or
Well-
I don't think.
Oh, man. Will there
I'm
be
pretty sure there
chocobos in
weren't.
this?
Presumably. I mean, airships, chocobos, beastmen,
You'd
moogles.
think. But if HBO can't have John pet that wolf, why do you think Sony can have chocobos in their show?
Look, I'll be okay with this show if they give us Shadow from Final Fantasy VI.
I'll be okay with it if they give us Shadow from Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, that's not a Final Fantasy character.
That's how they end the first season. The camera pans up and you see that hover shoe stomping the ground. And a gun.
So you call yourself Cloud? Oh man, Shadow versus Sephiroth, that's worth the price of admission alone.
You call yourself a member of Soldier?
So when you think about it, Sephiroth and Shadow really do have sort of overarching themes.
Yeah, really, Kingdom Hearts was a mistake. They should have done a Sega Square Enix crossover series.
Both of them try to destroy the planet over losing someone they cared about.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are genetically modified to be ultimate life forms.
Both of them have very iconic themes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a who's who.
And they both fly for a bit before dying.
Yeah, true. The only difference is that one of them teams up with the good guy to save the day, and the other one is the antagonist the whole time.
And the end of their stories both involve a large object hurtling towards the Earth.
Yeah!
Yeah, man. So I guess Sega was copying Square Enix?
I can't believe they'd rip off something like that.
They're strictly original. I don't know what you're saying.
Also, crystals are a lot like emeralds.
Huh?
No, I think you're digging too deep, Swanson.
I think I've just
like you're digging too deep into what we're doing with all these crates.
I mean, I've asked once,
get back.
but what? I was just
stand a little further away.
Well, I can't. The crate is right next to where I'm sitting.
Listen, man. When we think you're ready for the crates, we'll let you know what's in the crates.
Well, when would you think I was ready for the crates?
You'll know.
Like, we're gonna probably at your funeral. We'll talk about the crates and what's inside of them.
Well, that means I was never ready for the crates.
Well, that might be a reality you have to come to terms with.
You want to be
before you
one
die.
way, but it's another.
Why can't you guys just trust me? I mean, I do everything for the podcast.
I don't know. Like you're giving up these really blue vibes.
Is it because I'm wearing a blue shirt? It's just the
Yeah.
only thing I had left. I just got back from
Yeah.
And
vacation.
blue pants.
You got this weird gold splotch on your shirt, too.
That's just from eating. I was at
Gross.
I was at the Gold
But-
Palace
I think we're
restaurant.
going to have to ask you to take off your shirt, Swanson.
Oh, okay.
And your pants.
Oh, all right.
And shoes. And we're going to have to ask you to turn around 180 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're wearing a wire, that's a real problem, Swanson.
Well, I mean, I certainly don't have a wire on me. That's ridiculous.
Also, we're going to have to scan you for radio receivers and transmitters.
When'd you get
Because
that?
we don't want this. We don't want this discussion recorded in any way.
Uh-oh.
Wait, this discussion's being recorded. It's a podcast.
Yeah, I think that's
What?
what's setting off my thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you know
clearly
what?
that's what's setting it off. I mean, it's not like I'm some sort of undercover police boy. I certainly wouldn't call myself a police boy. They refer to themselves as officers.
Swanson, why are you saying that? That's ridiculous. We would never insinuate that. You're our friend.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
I'm going to
just
take your
saying.
clothes to the laundry now. You can wear this kimono while we're waiting for it to clean.
Oh, all right. Phew, good thing I had that wire in my crotch.
What was that?
I said, good thing I have some wine in my crotch.
What?
You ever hear of like a catheter that's full of alcohol? That's a thing. And I have it.
Let's just edit that out. I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to know. Here, put on a second kimono. Just so your crotch is extra shielded from us.
All right. Should I like wear this the other way around?
I don't care.
Yeah, there's a pretty common thing to pour wine in your crotch. It gives
Is
your
that what the college kids are doing now?
it gives your loin like a fruity flavor.
Anyway, that's it for the news. It's time to move on to another segment near and dear to everyone's heart. It's the Stairmaster Minute. Let's hit the theme, Keo.
Bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum bum.
Yeah, it's the Stairmaster Minute, which I don't think we've done theme music for before, but hey, we live to destroy tradition.
Sketching. Yes.
All right, here you go, Stair. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay, so I had some sushi today. It's like kind of nice, I mean, but my problem with it is, Without wasabi sauce, it's kind of completely worthless and valueless. I mean, raw fish just it doesn't have any flavor, pretty much. The California rolls were nice, I guess. I had these crunchy noodles that went with it, like very thin stuff. I don't know what they're called. I didn't really care for that. And the miso soup was very bland, I would have to say. Kind of underwhelmed. All in all, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Oh. Is this still going? You know what sucks? Chewy Chips Ahoy. It always just feels wrong biting into them.
All right, well, thanks, Stairmaster, for that. Great time, as always.
You're welcome.
All right, well, that's been this.
Am I allowed to comment on the Stairmaster minute, or is that forbidden?
I think we have before, yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, were you going to talk about him being wrong on sushi? Because I was also going to...
Yes.
Yeah, sushi is not bland and flavorless.
Okay, well, it might have been the restaurant. This was out in the suburbs, so maybe it was garbage sushi.
Most sushi usually has some sort of element that adds flavor to it.
I had to apply the wasabi sauce myself, so maybe they...
I mean, yeah, it does come standard, but usually there's plenty of flavor in the rolls. But yeah, it's good with wasabi, soy sauce, anything, yeah.
My dad is deathly afraid of wasabi sauce.
Deathly?
Yes, he apparently burns his mouth. Or it did, like years ago.
I've put like the whole thing in my mouth before.
Wow!
Yeah, I have. I'm a bit of a heat seeker, as they say, and I've never had a problem with it.
Wow. Learning a lot about Swanson's machizoism. Nacoism.
It's not hot like peppers that like will actually burn you.
Oh yeah. One time I accidentally ingested a pepper at Panda Express and I just broke down sobbing and my nose was running nonstop. I looked like Kaiji for a bit.
Explain that to the people who don't watch anime.
Okay, so it's an anime called Gambling Ultimate Survivor Kaiji. It's about a guy who's very bad at gambling and has terrible luck. And so, as expected, he constantly is crying and sobbing. But somehow he always makes it out. He somehow survives.
And it's drawn in a style with very exaggerated facial features.
Yeah.
So, his eyes are all like wavy while he's crying and his...
Wait, is that not how people look when they cry?
That's how I looked when I cried.
Yeah, I thought that was just normal.
His teeth are like dramatically clenched as his mouth is wide open. He's just as he weeps there because he's losing the betting game.
Kieran, you're just describing me when I have like a bad hot dog.
I mean, Swanson, I didn't want to like throw any shade on you, but yeah, you do look pretty miserable and pathetic when you're weeping about your hot dog.
You do look like Kaiji in real life.
Well, it was a bad hot dog, okay?
Yeah, and you made a mess of yourself, and you got this big golden splotch on your shirt of mustard.
Yeah, you were like, "Oh, my stomach." Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it was bad, and that splotch was definitely noticeable, and what should be noted by whoever put it there, aka me. Because of course I would put it there. Who else would put something like that on my shirt?
Yeah, just next time you come in for the podcast, Swanson, just put on some clean clothes.
Yeah.
We need to be presentable here. We need to wear business suits like Stared, my business partner.
Wait, you call what Stared wearing a business suit?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's...
Yeah?
Well, okay, it's more of a Saul Goodman sort of suit, but I do business in it.
Yeah, we have a business partner who also wears a suit, and you don't need to talk to him or know anything more about him.
Well, why would you bring him up if you weren't going to tell me about him?
Stop asking about the white tiger.
Who?
Yeah, that's all you need to know about him, is that he's a business partner. He wears a suit, and that's why we're professionals around him.
And his name's the White Tiger?
No! You didn't hear that.
But I did, you just said it.
No, nobody said that.
Oh, okay.
You're making things up.
Nobody said that. Strike that from the record.
Anyway, it's time for another segment. Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Kyorain. Stairmaster.
Bop, 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 bop.
Wow. What a good time. Anyway, it's Trailer Blazers, where we talk about the latest and greatest in trailers. This week, we're talking about the final trailer for Stranger Things Season 3.
Never again.
Never again will we see a trailer for Stranger Things Season 3. Anyway, yeah, this looks like more Stranger Things.
This looks like it's going to be the worst carnival ever.
If you wanted more Stranger Things, here you go.
What's with the generic white guy promising omnicide?
I think that's supposed to be the Mind Flayer or like some creature. He just sounds like a generic white guy.
This is the Mind Flayer.
Maybe they're using like an Apple app to translate him. So he's just like, hello, it is me, the Mind Flayer. My main problem with this trailer, because mostly it's fine, is the opening where the guy does the dramatic pause and then has like a lot more to say after he does the dramatic pause. He says, "You are going to have to let me in." Well, he should just say die or something simple, but then he just says, "You are going to have to let me in."
You are going to have to let me in! Let me in!
Yeah. Anyway,
like the meme. Get it?
You are going to have to negotiate with my new terms and agreements.
You are going to have to suck.
Yeah, all better. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. All the kids are like, something spooky's happening, and monsters show up again for the third time.
And there's some government guys who are going to die in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and there's a politician who's doing politician stuff.
But these random kids are going to be really important for this adventure.
Yeah.
Why do they still got kids?
What?
Why shouldn't these kids have grown up? Or?
It's been 2 years. It's been like 2 seasons of the show, so no.
Okay. You are going to have to let me spend a night with your husband.
Oh, and the Mind Flayer is actually Renee Zellweger.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. It's there's spookiness, and then there's like people being like, stuff's gonna happen, and then there's a mall. You know what there isn't enough of? The only my favorite part of season 2 of Stranger Things, Steve. That dude shows up for one whole shot, and he's like, "Whoa, that's weird. I need more of that guy."
I think you're the only one here who watched season 2.
I watched season 2, and when that was over, I was already done with Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, I was done after season 1. I was like, this is fine. I don't need anything else in my life like this.
But Stairmaster, there's been tons of other things in your life like this.
Yeah.
And he's had enough.
I can't wait for it all to end.
Like everything?
Yes.
Alright, well that's bleak.
You will have to let me in, Swanson.
No thanks.
Swanson, just open the coffin and let him in.
Our time is coming.
I don't want to do that. Also, is that a coffin or a crate? I'm confused by how many box-like objects we have in here.
Yeah, you know what? Don't touch anything, Swanson.
No, Swanson, touch the crate.
Don't touch the crate.
I mean,
All right, I'm
touch the
touching the crate.
No, don't. I'm gonna break your hand.
He told me to touch the crate.
No.
I got confused for a second. I meant
Sit
the
down.
coffin.
All right,
Touch
I'm
the
touching
coffin.
the
Sit
crate.
down. No, just sit down.
The crate's coming off. Oh, the lid's coming off the crate.
Cover his eyes. Get
Swanson,
get the crate.
All right, look, Swanson. We need to have a talk about these crates.
Okay.
Are you sure about this?
There's nothing in them. They're empty crates. Okay.
Yeah, we're embarrassed that we're too poor to afford anything to put in our crates.
Oh.
So we kind of move them around, look busy.
Well, that's not really illegal at all, is it?
Well, what does illegal have to do with this?
Nothing. I was just saying it's not really illegal at all, huh? The way you guys were being
Yeah,
secretive made it sound like you were doing something potentially heinous.
Swanson, being private does not imply being illegal.
Nah, I mean, I was just like, you guys are being all clandestine about it, which is, like weirdly secretive.
Well, you know what? Maybe we're being secretive, but you know what people hate even more than secrets? Peepers.
Peepers? Who's that?
You! Trying to peep into everything?
He told me to put my hand on the crate, and I did, and it accidentally opened.
I misspoke. I meant the coffin, which looks just like one of the crates.
Or squeakers, which is the sound rats make. You're not a rat, are you?
No, I'm clearly a human.
I meant metaphorically.
Oh, well, no, I'm metaphorically also a human.
What does that mean?
Okay, so we're really clear on this, Watson, that there's no crime happening, and you're not investigating any crime.
Well, yeah, why would I be doing anything like that?
I don't know. We just get this kind of weird vibe from you lately.
Like, I've been hanging out with you guys for years and just suddenly decided to become some sort of
yeah, and
crime solve boy. That's not even what they call themselves.
You keep taking these calls that you can't talk about, and you
keep
run
leaving,
off
you keep running up and going 3 blocks down and talking to a guy on the cell phone in the alley, saying stuff like, I can't keep doing this!
Well, I didn't want to
You're gonna get me killed!
I didn't want to admit
Who the hell's running this?
I didn't want to admit it to you guys, but I'm having an affair.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Wait, which of us are you cheating on?
I'm having an affair on someone with someone else.
Well, it would be rude to pry, so we won't ask you any other questions about this.
Thank you, I appreciate your decency.
Why would you hide that from us? We don't even know about your initial relationship.
I'm embarrassed.
So how are we even...
Wait, are you emotionally cheating on us?
No.
Do you have a second podcast?
No, I definitely don't have a second podcast where we talk about
playing
video games.
Are you playing virtual reality fighting games and hosting a podcast inside them?
I would never do such a thing. No, I'm not doing that. I'm having sex in those virtual fighting games.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's a release. Swanson, we don't care. You can be open and proud of that with us.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't care about your empty crates.
Good.
Yeah, so don't open them. Don't look inside them. Don't even see how heavy they are.
Well,
do not test the weight, and do not lift with either your back or your legs.
Well, they seem pretty big. I wouldn't want to do that, even if they were empty. Or are, I mean.
And for the record, you do need a warrant to search them.
I mean, I wouldn't need that because I'm not a cop.
Well,
good.
We talked to our criminal attorney, and he told us that you do need a warrant to search these boxes. So
you being
don't touch,
like royal you.
Okay, so
yeah.
They need a warrant, is what you're saying. They need to get a warrant.
Right. Yes.
If hypothetically law enforcement were to want to search these crates, they would need a warrant, and there's no probable cause to search them.
So they need probable cause and a warrant.
Yes, that's crime. That's criminal law 101.
I would hope these police boys know what's going on.
Why are you talking like that?
Huh? I'm just talking to
Why
myself.
are you talking into your own crotch?
What, you don't talk like that?
No!
You don't give yourself words of
what,
wisdom?
Prep talks?
Yeah.
Come on, Hot Stuff, you can do it.
Yeah, see?
You are...
Well, we're not about to have sex, are we? Because
are we about to have sex? Should I get out the dice?
Oh, no, save those for later. Well, wait, hold on. Where are the dice?
They're in this crate.
Okay, yeah, get them out.
Wait maybe later.
Yeah, you're right. We should save it for the end of the podcast. Anyway.
What were we talking about?
Don't worry about it, pal. We were talking about the season 3 of Stranger Things.
Yeah, my final statement on this is I don't care.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll never talk about it ever again. Anyway, that's it for everything else. So now it's time for our main event. We watched a show, and it certainly was a program of television.
Yes, my final statement on this show is I don't care.
Wait, was that on Stranger Things or this show, A City on a Hill?
Yes.
A City on a Hill. Tagline, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes total sense to me. I don't care about this One bit.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I was scared that it was just my very short attention span making me unable to watch this. But
No, this City on a Hill is a show based on an original idea by Ben Affleck and Charlie McLean. If you're asking who Charlie McLean is, I have no idea because he doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
It sounds like a name, though. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like McKean and whatever.
Anyway, it's based off of the Boston Miracle, which is a thing in the mid-90s.
You know, when we beat the Soviet Union.
Yes. Yeah, when we beat them in hockey, yeah. It's
Noted
based
Hockey
on...
City, Boston.
Well, it is actually Noted Hockey City.
Oh.
They were literally just...
Yeah, that is a very Boston sport when you think about it.
But yeah, the Boston Miracle was when the police department cracked down on youth violence.
Wait, what?
that always works.
Hold on. What does that have to do with what we saw?
What?
You said they cracked down youth violence, but this show's all about old people.
Yeah, this show takes place, I guess, before that initiative was started. I don't know what the basis of the show is, to be honest, because I don't know a whole lot about the Boston Miracle, aka Operation Ceasefire. But don't worry, this is based on
children.
What I assume when they say based on an original idea by Ben Affleck is Ben Affleck met with his friend Charlie McLean and said, "Hey, why don't you do a show about Boston Miracle?" And he said, "Huh, that sounds like a good idea." And then Ben Affleck had nothing else to do with it.
Commissioner, we need another prestige series about a white anti-hero with familial issues.
Let's get Kevin Bacon. So yeah, Kevin Bacon's here as Jackie Rohr, who's a racist FBI detective who's here to...
Help us go to sleep.
Do us three,
Put our heads on the pillow.
Do us three actually know Kevin Bacon from anything? We all know who he is because he's so eponymous, but...
He was in X-Men First Class.
Oh, that's the one X-Men. I didn't see that one.
I think he's also in A Few Good Men.
Oh, I saw that one. Did I see that one? Which one's A Few Good Men? Is that the one with Kiefer Sutherland?
No, that's the one with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson.
It's the one where they
can't handle the truth? Yeah.
Okay, yes, I did see that one, and it did have Kiefer Sutherland.
I guess he is sort of in that. Kevin Bacon is also in it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't seen it for my high school law class. So I don't know if that counts.
What's your favorite Kevin Bacon memory, Sakio?
My favorite Bacon memory.
Kevin Bacon.
Keo's favorite Bacon memory involves Wendy's, I bet.
There was this one time I was in this small town that was no fun, and Kevin Bacon arrived and taught me how to enjoy the thrill of dancing.
Oh, wow. Yeah? Wow. That's a good time.
Damn, that's got us beat. We just saw a movie one time.
Kevin Bacon never actually showed up and taught us how to dance or...
And literally took us off our feet. I guess metaphorically.
Yeah, we never had to get foot loose or kick off our Sunday shoes.
Yeah, it was pretty life-changing. And it was great.
Anyways, we got these racist Boston cops. They don't say the N-word at all, though, which is very surprising.
Yeah, considering the era and these people.
Yeah.
Instead, they just
make a bunch of... The distant era of 1990s.
Yeah, the distant era of the early 90s. That's practically 30 years ago.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're all almost 30. Just think about that.
That's good.
Anyways, is there a single interesting character we're introduced to?
Is there a single interesting thing that happens in this episode of TV?
No, they kind of even make armored car robberies boring.
Yeah, this is...
I think this show ran on the premise that crime is inherently entertaining or something.
Yeah,
I don't... They're right, but we get maybe 60 seconds of crime total.
Yeah, instead what we get is a bunch of cops and attorneys being like, you gotta solve this, or hey, this is a problem.
And they're being like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah, and then also family stuff.
kid gets hit in the face with a hockey puck stick.
And what does that have to do with anything? We don't know.
I guess there's going to be like a child fighting tournament.
You think there's going to be a child fighting tournament in this boring-ass television show?
I like the implication that Swanson finds that exciting, the concept.
I mean, it sounds like the most exciting thing that could happen on this show. Given that this is an hour-long episode of TV where two armored car robberies happen and both of them are unexciting.
Yeah. There's also a shootout.
Keo,
what?
There's a shootout?
Yes, when they go to that wrong apartment with the warrant.
Oh, yeah.
That guy shoots him in the foot, and they unload on him. Probably kill who's ever on the next apartment over.
They managed to make that uninteresting.
Yeah. So
yeah, the guy runs away, jumps over the fence, and you think there's going to be a chase scene, but they just give up because they're Boston cops and they're fat and out of shape.
Yep. I'm glad, man, Stair remembers more of this than I did, and we watched it the same time.
I'm cursed with an eidetic memory.
You were not, for sure. Anyway. Yeah, this is a boring episode of TV. Perhaps the most boring show we've watched on this podcast.
In the new era of TV tuners, definitely.
Okay, well, you don't have to mention the part that no one knows about, so...
The Dark Ages?
They're not guns, Swanson. We store them in these crates. Oh!
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
Alright.
Yeah, Swanson, what Stairmaster said was he misspoke.
Anyway, yeah, so Kevin Bacon is here playing everyone's shitty uncle at Thanksgiving. And that's I guess the most interesting thing is that.
Is that interesting, being racist and having sex with minors?
No, it's just there. This is a show that feels like a bunch of things that we've seen before in better programs. With too many Boston accents.
That's kind of like a fever dream. But without the interesting fever visuals. Just the tedium.
This is...
They were like, let's put 20 characters with their own things going on and just kind of put them in no particular order.
Yeah, nothing of interest happens. Keo, if you could tell me what you think happens in this entire hour of television, I'd love to hear it.
I would tell you that there were cops. One of them did drugs, I think.
No, that was a brother.
No,
that was a
Kevin
brother.
Bacon was definitely doing drugs.
Oh, that too. And he was fucking a 15-year-old.
And Keo, what else?
There was 20 characters. They all had their lives. Half of the show was about some stupid family stuff that I don't care about.
There was a brother with a drug addiction, and he was a white supremacist, I think.
Yeah, and also other things, I guess. We see Kevin Bacon's family. Who cares? This is a show that makes you think that just because we see that people have families, that makes them more interesting as characters. As if everyone doesn't have a famlie. Most people.
It's relatable because we all have families.
Who didn't have a family?
And this person has a family too.
Frieza.
Who? Oh, I thought you were gonna say Jesus.
No, he definitely had a family.
Yeah, who?
He had a quite large one. Well, if you want me to go get the Bible, I can read out his lineage.
Goku also didn't have a family.
But he made a family, though.
Yeah, but he didn't have one to start.
Goku built a family with his own 2 hands.
Aizen didn't have a family.
Who?
Aizen.
No one knows who that is.
Oh. Kyo's so mad right now that you said that.
I'm very furious that you would say something about Lord Aizen.
Anyway, a lot of the scenes in this show sort of run together, so it's almost impossible to recap what exactly goes down. All you need to know is that within an hour of television, 2 people, a corrupt FBI agent and an attorney, aren't willing to work together and then become willing to work together. And that's exactly...
Like an odd couple.
That's the entirety of what happens in this first episode.
Also, the druggie throws a road flare at some unspecified minority's car.
Would you say that's an important part of the story?
No, it would have been fun if we actually got to see it. I want to know why he did that.
Presumably because he's racist, given that he...
Yeah, but why did he have a road flare?
He was probably in his car.
Oh. I thought road flares were like construction workers.
No, it's for road safety. If you're broken down on the road at night, you put a flare out so people don't hit your car. This has been Road Safety Tips with Keo. Keep safe on the streets, kids.
Wow, I'm so glad we have Keo to teach us what we need in the streets. What else do we need in the streets, Keo?
Stare, can I tell him? Or
I don't know. Maybe I feel like we've grown to trust Swanson a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he can be let in on this.
Alright, you can show him what's in the blue crate.
Crack! Thud.
Whoa. Are these pirated copies of Avengers Endgame?
Yes.
Why do you guys still have these?
That's right, it's fun.
We've managed to fit them onto 3 compact discs each.
Wow.
These are going to go on the streets.
Next week.
Before the DVDs come out.
We're going to make a killing.
Wow. Genius! You guys certainly have quite a scheme on your hands that is definitely legal. I mean, illegal.
We have associates across multiple state lines as well.
Oh, multiple state lines.
Yes, we will become the biggest name in this country by the end of the month.
Well, I'm glad we have a trustworthy friend like Swanson.
Yeah,
to be in on our
It's
plans.
certainly me, your friend Swanson. Anyway, let's finish recording this podcast. Huh? I'm sure nothing will potentially interrupt it if we don't finish it quickly.
Yeah, we should probably get it done. There's this helicopter flying overhead. I don't know if you can hear it.
Don't worry about that.
Anyways, yeah, there's nothing to recap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a show that manages to make even its mini sex scenes boring. There is, as Stairmaster mentioned, maybe a minute of armed car robbery, but then there is also about 15 minutes of sex, all of which is filmed and edited as blandly as possible.
No, there's like only a minute of sex. If there were 15 minutes of sex, I would be rating this. I would say this is tune in.
There's at least a couple minutes of bland sex happening in like every other scene.
What I'm saying is it would be better if it was pornography.
Yeah, if this show just cut to like a 20-minute sex scene.
So it's just The Room.
Yes, you are my rose.
Yeah, this would be getting 5 stars from me instead.
It also doesn't help that this show, at this first episode, feels like a series of events that are only mildly related, that are just sort of happening.
Yeah, there's no connective tissue.
It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess these people are investigating this thing that the crime guy's doing, but why do I need to see the crime guy's family outside of the context? Like, we get a whole scene where his wife is doing her hairdressing job, and then her daughter comes in. What does that have to do with anything?
What? Yeah, she got it.
Hopefully, it's set up for the daughter like viciously murdering someone.
Kumite.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
the Kumite.
It's set up for the child, the Kumite Junior Leagues.
Look, the next episode is gonna open with that daughter wearing a yellow jumpsuit and a katana and just like rampaging through.
What was that?
Huh? That's the Kill Bill music.
Oh. It sounded like power drills. Like someone was trying to drill into our building.
No, it was clearly just me doing the Kill Bill music. Still doing it. What a good gag.
Hey, Stare, the door is secure, right? If cops came here, they wouldn't be able to blow it
down.
There
are at least 2 hatches.
Oh, that's a secure door. Anyway, yeah, so all I have to comment left on this show really is that it's filled with cliches, but it also ends on the most grating cliche of all. They play Boston's More Than a Feeling.
Yeah, the dad rock.
As the detectives come together.
No, the lawyer.
The lawyer and the detective come together and decide that they're gonna take down crime for good.
Yeah, fuck the show. Let's go home.
This is not a good program, and this is a bad TV show. I would say easily the most unwatchable thing. And the problem...
Yeah, worse than that show with Bill Pullman.
Yeah, I think this is easily the most boring show we've ever watched on the podcast. It is, without a doubt in my mind, bad.
An atrocity.
The problem
on par with that at the Holocaust.
And the thing is that, like, it's not bad in terms of, like, storytelling or visuals. It's all just mediocre, which adds up to everything, which is everything. Everything in this is just completely run-of-the-mill mediocre. Nothing is original in this at all.
And also, they waste our time.
Yeah, this is a hour-long waste of my time. Tune out. Kioran, I assume you're also a tune out, unless you've...
No, I'm a tune in.
You really love this boring slog of a television show?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you really dig deep into this show, it has some real human themes.
Like?
Why don't you dig into my ass?
Why would you want someone to do that?
It's not a genuine request, Swanson.
Well,
that's why I'm asking.
It's too late.
What did you mean too late? It's not like
this show is a deep dive into the human values of family bonds, and it deeply emotionally resonated with me. Swanson, I can't. I'm like really trying really hard to say something nice about this show.
Keon's trying not to kill himself right now.
Yeah, this is a tune out for City on a Hill. And that's about it for this week's episode of the podcast, which seems like it's just in time.
For what?
For the end of the show, silly.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, if you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights otherwise, send them to us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Keo?
Hey, Stare. TV tuner something. Stare.
Right.
I'm seeing on the security camera. There's like some SWAT guys.
Is that a bomb they're putting on our door? Oh!
Yeah. And if you have any comments, I already said that. If you want to find us on Twitter, you can find us at TV Tuners, or use the hashtag TV Tuners, and we'll give a glance at what you're saying. I'm also on Twitter at Jesse Swanson.
I'm on Twitter at Stairmaster2. I fell down a very deep hole. Or no, I'm at Stormancer now.
Yeah, they shot me.
They're beating me with sticks.
Oh no, I can't. I didn't think it was gonna get this bad. They just killed Keelrain. Oh well. I guess if you like the podcast, like what you heard, you can give us a 5-star review or give us some good comments. You can subscribe at all the podcatchers of your choice: Apple, Google Play, Stitcher, podcatchers like that. And until then, we'll be back with more. Until next week, we'll be back with more TV goodness.
Big ouch!
Watching. Bye.
I shouldn't have reached for my gun.
You go. It's over.
I'm Dave Lewis, a massive Liverpool supporter.
And I'm Eric Neal, Newcastle United, Toon Black and White Army.
We're the hosts of Two Rash Challenges, a weekly podcast about the English Premier League, Champions League, MLS, the men's national team, and whatever else strikes our fancy in the world of football.
Look for us on iTunes and Transistor, and check us out on Twitter at @rash_podcast.
Hey, it's the podcast nobody asked for.